Geniuses. Let's do the glider. So the cool thing about gliders, it's a type of aircraft, if you will, and it can be powered with fuel upon takeoff, but you can cut the engine, and it does just what its name says. It just allows it to kind of almost float in the air, glide, if you will. And if everything is lined up like it should be, thrust, the forces of thrust and drag and lift and gravity, if everything is aligned as it should be, when all of those forces are in balance, your glider should be able to sustain its flight. So grab your glider, if you will, and there are, I think, 4 different variations of what yours might look like. This one's kind of this cool teal blue kind of a color. Somebody's got a red one. Somebody's got something with more green. Somebody may have more yellow. And when you pull it out, okay, your fuselage, which is the body of the plane, that's going to be your largest component. Your large wing, which will actually go into your middle fuselage piece. Your tail wing, which will go on the back, a tail just like it says. You should have a plastic nose like this. And then you have a propeller. And you see this little opening here in your propeller where the blades come together. This attached to it is this little pen, if you will. You see that? Oh, there you go. Once you take that off, take all of the attachments to it carefully. Remove them just so you have nothing but that pen. And then I want you to first assemble, we're going to first assemble the, I'm going to first assemble the propeller, if you will. You might decide that you're going to first deal with the wings. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, all of these pieces must be in place. So I'm going to do this. Put the little pen through there. And I know you want to pay attention to which side of your propeller you're placing your wing, your pin in. Because then that's going to go into your plastic nose. Come on, like so. And then that will be used, I'm going to come back to it. That's going to be used to go, to attach the propeller to the actual glider. All right, so first let's go ahead and carefully remove this little piece here from your glider. It's right in the middle. And then I want you to take your wing and place it into the center, the middle of your fuselage. Now check this out. You be careful because you don't want to bend it. You don't want to, and that's easy to do. So look at, I'm going to try and stabilize it a bit. Like so. And be very careful. And just little inches at a time. There's no rush. You don't want to bend this thing. It's fragile, you know. You want to get it in there. You see, little bit at a time. Just kind of like, you know, get it in there a little at a time, little at a time. And you line it up so that that little pointed side kind of gets in there. Okay. Come on. It's nice, snug fit. Okay. 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 Nice, snug fit. Now, do you think it really matters if the painted side is on top versus the bottom? Do you think the color impacts the flight or the value of the flight? When I say value of the flight, I mean its ability to fly. Probably not. Now you're going to take your wing, your tail wing, and you're going to put that on this back side here. So again, carefully look at it. Take that little piece out, if you will, and you're going to see this little slight opening. Take your tail wing, and there's a little slice here. You're going to pop that out. And I'm going to take this end and put it into this end. And I'm going to slide it carefully in there. And this is what I've got so far. Now, you can check this out and see if those forces will align and you can fly this with just these components and without the propeller. But it'd be more fun if we can do the propeller. So, there's the plastic nose. You see this? You see that? And I'm going to carefully push that little plastic pin into my glider nose to keep it from falling or helping it. Okay? Now if you have to pull it out and reposition this so that it's nice and snug and better fit, go ahead and do that. All right? But once that's in and once that's there and nicely in place, go fly your plane. Thrust overcomes drag, the resistance. That tail is responsible for that resistance. Okay? Lift has to overcome gravity. If those forces are aligned just right, zero out, balance, this thing should do pretty well. And then I want you to compare your hoop plane and your glider. Make as many comparisons, analytical thought. You're really bright. Compare some things. You could even move these O-rings around in different order to see what happens there. And if you're really brave, perhaps you can figure out a way to add this in some way to this. All right. See you later, pilots.